Good evening. Good evening. I want to talk to you about the power of the collective energy of the human spirit. There is an exponential increase in power of prayer as more people join in. And after 40 years of doing the work that I do, working with beings, with humans, many of whom are going through life-threatening diseases or crippling diseases, and watching so many of them turn that around. Many, dozens and dozens and dozens that were told they were going to die. And over that 40 years, I've watched them turn it around and heal. Get rid of whatever they had. That's the power of the human spirit. That's the power of the Christ in them that they access. And I believe that you and I and all of us in this human collective have the ability in this time to transmute this coronavirus. Now mention that to people and they go, "You're crazy." No. I really believe that we have a power beyond anything that we have allowed ourselves to experience. And I believe that that's part of what this is about. I think God, the universe, is offering humanity this opportunity to raise its vibration, to raise its consciousness level, to one where we can transmute and we can change what's going on here on earth. And that's what this is about. I really firmly believe in the power of prayer. But me by myself, I'm just one old dude praying. Me, Lily, I'm pretty puny. But, if we add my prayer to your prayer, to everybody's prayer that's watching this, and all of their prayers and all of their friends, and you keep expanding this out, the power of that collective prayer is enormous. It's immeasurable. There's an exponential increase. It's just, wow. It boggles my mind when I think about that. And so I want to propose something. I am going to propose that you dedicate 10 minutes a day to a prayer specifically directed to altering the chemistry of the coronavirus, to alter it to a neutral so it's ineffective. Can we do that? Why not? It's really just expanding on what I've seen individuals do for 40 years. So I believe we have that power. And the prayer that I use, I'll just tell you a prayer that I use, and you can adjust it to however you want. With this particular incident, I fashioned the prayer after the Lord's Prayer, which basically Jesus taught the apostles as a way of praying, not necessarily as a prayer. And it has three parts. And all of this, before we even start with that, very important. In any prayer, it must come from the heart to be heard and to carry the power. You're praying from your head, you're praying from a different place that's very weak. Praying from your heart, you're connected directly to God source. So, the way that I do it, and the Lord's Prayer has three parts. The first part is praising and thanking God for all the gifts. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. That's basically what that's about. So I say gratefuls. Dear God, I am so grateful for you keeping my family and all my friends healthy. I am so grateful for all the gifts that you give me and all the abundance that comes into my life, or words to that effect. And then the second part of the Lord's Prayer is asking, give us this day our daily bread. That's where you make a specific request to God for what you wish. Again, making that request from your heart. And I say something like, Dear God, remove this virus, this scourge from the earth. Remove it from humanity. Allow us to raise our consciousness through this. And we ask that you free us from the bond of this virus. Words to that effect. The third part of the prayer is thanking God, again, knowing that the prayer is already answered. And so that's just simply, thank you, God. Thank you again for hearing my prayer. I know that it's already being answered. Now that's my prayer. Now imagine if there were not one, but 1,000, 1,000,000, 2,000,000 people praying around the world. I don't have to pray at the same time, but just praying for this, asking in their own way for God to transmute this. And asking God to give us a divine loving allowance, the understanding of how to raise our consciousness, how to be more in harmony with all of us, so that we are not in opposition. This is the time where we, all of us who are conscious, all of us that are in this awareness, have an opportunity to make a difference. Have an opportunity to be closer to God. I ask and just give you this, and I love you. May you stay healthy and happy. Thank you.